This is ToonTown, or rather this is the revival, ToonTown Rewritten. Essentially this was a game created by Disney, or at least a team at Disney, who were tasked with creating an MMO based around Mickey and Friends, and they came up with this gem. The game was shut down after a 10-year run in 2013, but fans loved it so much that it was revived as part of ToonTown Rewritten. This is my toon, Duke Orville Pop and Sprocket. I have Stripey, who I was considering playing specifically for these episodes, because I've gotten quite away with Duke, but not very far with Stripey. But just for this episode, we'll go with Orville. Oh, of course. Okay, so I'm in Daisy Gardens at the moment. This is one of the playgrounds where typically in the old game Daisy would actually walk around here, but due to copyright issues, she can't. There's still a lot of the old imagery around, like you can see Mickey over there, you can see Daisy up there, Clarabelle runs the catalogue, Goofy runs the gag shop. Before I talk about any more though, I should probably explain what this game is about. So ToonTown is about a world. So this is ToonTown. These are each of the playgrounds run by a different main Disney character, and these are the HQs that are run by cogs. Now, what are cogs, you might ask? They're businessmen, or rather business robots, that are trying to take over ToonTown and use it for corporate gain. Are you getting the irony of this being a Disney game? The way you battle the cogs who are currently roaming these streets is by throwing gags at them, because they can't take a joke. That's the canonical reason why they don't like gags. And throw too many at them and they'll spin out and die, to put it lightly. What gags do I actually have at the moment? I think I was pretty depleted. Fair warning, or I guess disclaimer maybe, I did actually try to record this video once before, but the mic that I used was really bad, so I stole my brother's again. Thanks, bro. Like, seriously, you're doing me a favour. Currently I'm going on the trolley to play some minigames so I can up my jelly bean count. Jelly beans are the currency in this game, and I need some to buy gags. Because I don't have enough. I hate this minigame. This is by far one of the worst. The good ones are always the most rare. It's annoying. Got you. Run, please, sir. If you don't run, I will shoot you. Oh. Look at the... Ah, just at the end of the animation, that's great. Right. Only 17? That works, I guess. Right, let's go and fight some cogs. I should really be in Minnie's Melodyland right now, but I did a cog factory. Yeah, so that's a cog. That's a lawbot. There are 4, they're not so much classes because they don't denote to a specific power scale, but they're more like races. There's 4 different races of cogs. There are sellbots, cashbots, bossbots, and lawbots. And they each pertain to a different one of the HQs I showed you just now. I will take on this one, why not? Just so I can show you guys how the battle mechanics work. It's turn-based RPG combat. The different gag tracks that you saw, each one not only does a different thing, but you can also only collect all but one. So it's kind of choosing which ones you want to be proficient in. Squirt and throw are the ones people use the most, bar sound, because sound is a little OP. But essentially throw is not very accurate but very powerful, and squirt is not very powerful but very accurate. I promised myself I wouldn't try and explain anything in this video. I just kind of know that my audience probably won't know much about this game. Wait, what was the name of that tune? Big JJ Razzle Dazzle. Big JJ Razzle Dazzle. The only cogs that roam these streets are 1, 2 and 3 levels. So I'm not going to fight any of them. I think the biggest thing I can fight on my own is like a level 7 or 8. This game is very grindy. I love this game. It really is so fun. It's a little simple at times and a little easy, but later on in the game you find some really difficult slopes to get over. The toon tasks that I showed you guys a while ago, for those of you who don't know, to progress in the game, that's your kind of main point of progression. And then there's the little old man task, which is memed perpetually. It is like, I kid you not, I want to burn the little old man. Please do not sue me for elder abuse. If somebody did that, you wouldn't receive any more absolute quality content. It's basically only adults that play this game now, adults who played it as a kid. So a lot of it is just memes. Fat, chunky, snaggle nazzle. A lot of these are from the auto name generator. There are definitely some really interesting names. I found somebody called Baby Yoda once, because you can type in your own names, they just have to be approved first. What did I come here for? Oh yeah, to get another toon task. 3+ story cellbot buildings. That's gonna be a little annoying, actually. So you know what, that's exactly why I'm gonna do it. I am a terrible person, but only to myself. This is the cool bit. This is the matrix hacking bit, ladies and gentlemen. I have an app on my phone. A very popular app within the ToonTown community called toontownhq.org. There's an app version, and you can actually see the percentages of which type of cogs roam each street. So let's take a fairly low level one. I don't want to go Alto Avenue. Okay, the other two are like really high level, so we'll definitely go Alto Avenue. That's a half-half split between cellbots and cache bots. So that would actually be perfect. We'll see if there are any 3 stories down here, and probably more importantly whether other people are also doing them, because I cannot take on a 3-story on my own. I should probably explain this. So each of these buildings along the streets you can actually enter. You won't be able to do anything in there. Most of them just look the same. They have shopkeepers. Each one is named after a pun of some kind. There's good old 2003 graphics everywhere. And this picture here of Pebbles, this is a user who took down the cog building this was turned into. So the cogs that roam the streets can, at random points in time, enter toon buildings and turn them into cog buildings. And it's at that point that you need to enter the cog building, take down the boss, and turn it back. The cog buildings look like that. And the amount of circles above the elevator will tell you how many floors are in it. I've taken down 1-stories before, but not often. So you know what that means. I'm going to do it now. Because, again, I am a terrible person, but only ever to myself. I don't expect this episode to be particularly long. I'll probably cut quite a bit out of it. I'm trying to use a new editing software, so if this video is slightly light on edits, that's why. Yeah, this is a 1-story, so I can just... I'll hosepipe you, why not? I probably could have done the same amount of damage with a less useful item. But hey, at least it gets the job done. I'm going to use a lure. I can tell you now, this is not going to work. Called it. Am I going to die on this? I might actually die in this building. That's not something I was expecting to do. Hey ho, I guess. I'm just gonna wax this cog. Dude, imagine just having like numbers and operations thrown at you. I'm actually gonna try and lure it. This is gonna be fun. Is it gonna work? It's gonna work! Why is it now that it's working? Excuse me, sir, what? Just take this. I did not need to spray you with that. I could have used something less powerful. I didn't need to do this building. I didn't need to. Oh, the things I do for content. Now if I go in here, I should be able to see my portrait. Yes! Narcissism! Not much, thank you, Clumsy Ned. Is that what your name is? Yeah, Clumsy Ned. Good old Clumsy Ned. Why is he called Clumsy Ned? The streets are desolate. Move out of the way, you're ruining my desolate street. It's not dramatic anymore. I mean, was it ever in the first place? I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I just wanted kind of an introduction to get everybody on the same page, because I really love this game. And it's great for Let's Plays. But I know it's obscure, you know? It is almost 20 years old. Hold on a second. This game is almost 20 years old. Hold on, I'm just sat here having an existential crisis. And on that note, have fun, and I'll see y'all at some point. Oh god, what have I done?